What is going on, everybody? Sunsider here, and today, finally, I'm going to talk about Genshin Impact latest anemo DPS that's been on the hype, Xiao.
Conquering demons is what I do.
Well, I know that was such a bad opening. But if I may be honest with you guys, on this banner, I didn't manage to get the Wanderer even after spending nearly $100. I mean, I've collected enough level up and talent materials for him and already thinking about what contents that I could make, just to forget the fact that it's Genshin Impact and their gacha system is not the kindest of all. Did I give up? Almost. But I'm not going to entirely give up because luckily I have level 70 Xiao with OK artifacts and think it would serve as a good comparison between the previous 5-star anemo DPS and the current one. Of course, it's not going to be that direct comparison video because I don't have the Wanderer. What we're going to do instead is look at what my current Xiao has, his equipment and team comp, and how they're going to fare with the Wanderer through the description that we've known so far. Without any further ado, let's jump into the video. When I played Xiao again, I'm confused as to what team comp works for him. The situation came because I mostly played anemo as a support and had no idea how to play the reaction when it comes to DPS. Initially, I thought having an aggravate team would contribute much for Xiao's team comp, especially when I have Nahida in the team. With her 3 karma that will help spread the damage from elemental reaction, the idea is to help clear the mob faster by elevating his level 70 damage by utilizing the spread reaction. As much as I'd like to see this team comp works, there are some limitations on this team comp, especially if you're thinking Xiao for the long run. I tried running my level 70 Xiao to clear the primal Geofi shop to farm his ascension material, but I guess he's still too weak considering his overall damage that seems to barely scratch the boss. With his damage that doesn't seem to have an overall impact on the game content, I decided to spend all of my saved level up material and leveled him up instead, hoping that by leveling him up I could also level the talent to highest level. However, even after I leveled him up to level 90, I couldn't see any significant increase in damage. The number of damage that I could do with my level 90 Star Glitter prototype and Fear Descent Venereer is limited to 4 to 9k. With the amount of investment that I put on my Xiao, I couldn't sit idly and accept this fact and looking for a way to improve my overall Xiao experience. After doing some research, I finally found where I'm wrong and we're going to discuss that in the latter part of the video. Now, if you're going to compare Xiao with the Wanderer, by default, I think the Wanderer will have the advantage over Xiao not only because he's a new character, but with the way he was designed as well. While Xiao's elemental burst does amplify his damage up to 25% damage bonus, the Wanderer's was designed to get varied buffs each time his attack gets in contact with Hydro, Cryo, Pyro, and Electro, thus providing flexibility in terms of damage and utility, depending on your preferred team comp. Initially, I'd like to think that Xiao is at disadvantage because of these two considerations. His plunge attack that throws the small enemy away from him and the way he is mostly played, single anemo damage without elemental reaction. However, after watching some gameplay of the Wanderer, I think it's safe to say that while his damage is good, his potential lies as a single target DPS. Compared to Xiao's elemental burst that deals an AoE anemo damage, the Wanderer's evolve normal and charge attack only expand a bit from its normal version. These two considerations are something subjective and will be based on your playstyle and primal gems as well. As I wasn't invested in the paid feature on Genshin Impact before, I'm not really keen on getting that premium weapon when playing as a Xiao. Now that I'm more invested in terms of Gnostic Hem and have access to the premium weapon, I'm changing my Xiao Star Glitter prototype to the Deathmatch.
Know your place.
This decision is made considering at level 90 and around level 8 talents on his elemental burst, I'm yet to see a huge damage dealt from him. Compared to level 90 Star Glitter prototype that gives a total of 45.9% energy recharge, that match crit rate modifier seems to be something that I was looking for in order for me to boost his damage. This weapon also helped me realize on how to actually play a single anemo DPS, and that's to solely rely on the physical or single elemental damage. Too bad it took me quite a while to come to this conclusion, and even after spending a lot of resources to level up the weapon. The same goes for his VV artifacts. I thought keeping these artifacts around Xiao does work wonders for him. Well, a few patches ago, yes, but since the addition of Vermilion hereafter, VV in my point of view doesn't seem to work on Xiao as effectively as it should. The 2-set bonus obviously is a good damage boost for him, but in my case, with the rest of my team not on max stats, artifacts, and talents, relying on the elemental rest decrease from the 4-set isn't that favorable for me. Vermilion Hereafter, on the other hand, seems to be specifically made for Xiao when we consider how it works. With the 4 set bonus, each time Xiao is losing health, he will gain a 10% increase in attack, with a maximum cap of 4 times. As losing health is something that naturally happened to him, then we can expect him to utilize it. The crit rate number from that match combined with attack increase gained from the Vermilion hereafter will finally bring my Xiao attack damage beyond that missile 7k damage. For the Wanderer, again, as we don't have him, there isn't much anything that we can cover except his weapon banner and artifacts that we found on YouTube. Again, as the Tuila Tula Remembrance is the Wanderer's weapon, it's very easy to spot how broken this weapon will be on him. Trust me, the 4.8% increase in normal attack damage every second for 14 seconds, along with 9.6 increase in normal attack each time you hit an opponent once every 0.3 seconds is all you need to make the Wanderer to be one of the best DPS in the game.
Knowledge.
The newly released Desert Pavilion also feels like giving the Wanderer the edge that he needed. With 2 set bonuses that give 15% anemo damage bonus and 4 set bonuses that increase attack speed and boost his charge attack by 40%, it became clear how he's being played in order for him to maximize his damage output. With evolved charge attack, the Kugo Tofukai's damage will be increased and indirectly suggesting player to spam the charge attack. Again, like Xiao, there's a possibility of him to be played with VV, but I think the consideration will be the same whether or not you have a strong team comp to fully utilize the elemental decrease of the swirled element and followed up with the elemental reaction. Now for the interesting part of the video, the gameplay. I think it's safe to say that both of these characters somehow utilize the fact that they are both an anemo unit by at least doing something related to their element, either by plunging or flying. In Xiao's case, plunging attack was one of the unique mechanics that's available in 1.3. However, as I've used him and tried to max him out, I find his elemental burst becoming one of the biggest challenges when fighting smaller enemies. This case becomes worse, especially when you're playing him as a single anemo DPS with Bennett as a support. More than likely, you'll find yourself in a situation where you've used Fantastic Voyage and looking to use Xiao's elemental burst on the elemental skill area, just to find the enemy is thrown away outside of the Fantastic Voyage area. The other issue, or something that will totally depend on the player, is his plunge attack itself. With the 15-second duration, he could only do a fixed 10 plunge attack based on the wiki. I tried to check this fact out to see, and yes, it's true. From the Wanderer side, I guess he's very simple and straightforward, where we have discussed his mechanics numerous times on the earlier part of the video, but to serve as a reminder, he's pretty much like Xiao in terms of his playstyle as a single anemo DPS, but with versatility to play around his kit. With his elemental skills that allows him to fly, it seems that he's vulnerable to most of ground attack, and I think people who get their hands on the Wanderer can exploit this to their advantage. Now that we've reached this point of the video, I guess I can say that while Xiao is still one of the best DPS, he's being outshined by the Wanderer's spotlight. When he first released, he might be one of the best single anemo DPS in the game, with a powerful punch attack and clear group of enemies faster with his increased AoE range. I don't know how long it takes for you guys to see his annoying plunging attack that throws the enemy outside of Bennett's Fantastic Voyage area, but for me, the past month has been an annoying occasion whenever I'm doing casual adventure and farming materials. If we keep that consideration, it will help the Wanderer rise in fame, as the way I see him being played right now is pale in comparison to Xiao. I mean, Xiao relies heavily on his elemental burst, and that's the only advantage of him. Meanwhile, the Wanderer's elemental skills cooldown is only 6 seconds, and he has a versatile team composition that fits him. Still, if I'm being objective here, I'm giving kudos to Xiao, because considering he was released few patches away, he still could keep up with, or at least fun to experience. For the past month, I'm making this video and taking out my frustration because I couldn't pull the Wanderer. That will be it for today's video, and Happy New Year! See you on the other videos in 2023. Like the video if you enjoyed it, comment so we can start a discussion, and subscribe to the channel to enjoy videos like this. Bye bye!